What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I bring to you one of the best NFL draft series on the internet. I have a player, man, that's very exciting. I want him on everybody's radar. I don't even know if I could put him on everybody's radar because he probably did that himself. But his tape speaks for itself. His stats speak for himself. Man, not only did his team take and punch UTSA in the face, probably one of the biggest college football rivalries in the state of Texas. This guy, he's going to pack a punch with any team that takes and selects him. No matter what round or wherever he is selected, he is going to be a day one contributor. Today, we're going to get to know the man underneath the helmet and the work that he is putting forward into the NFL draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and welcome to the show 2025 NFL Draft Prospect out of Texas State, defensive back, Jordan Polk. Jordan, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, blessed, bro. Super happy to have you on the show, man.
Same.
Dude, you got the NFL Draft right around the corner. You got a pro day later this month, right?
Yep, March 26th.
Ooh, okay. Where's that at?
In San Marcos at Texas State.
Okay, nice, bro. That's so awesome, man. Man, we're gonna get into your story a little bit. Talk to me about some of the work you've been putting into as far as training goes.
I've been up here right outside Fort Lauderdale training up here in Florida for about 2 months. I'll be done in about 2 months at the end of this month. Just getting ready. It seems like I'm in football heaven right now. You know what I mean? Just being from Texas, the weather changing every other day, being hot, cold, raining, not raining. It's just, you know what you're going to get up here. You'll get a little bit of rain, but every day is just sunshine like it is right now. You see me sitting outside.
Yeah, hey, Florida's all palm trees and summer breeze, man. So I know all about it, man. I had just moved from Texas. You had just moved from Texas, so that's something we both got in common out here to Florida. Very cool, very cool. Where are you from originally, man? And when did you first fall in love with the game?
I first fell in love with the game when I was way back in East Texas. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Texas, out there by Tyler, Palestine, that area.
Okay.
And then I moved to Arlington, Texas when I got to high school.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Man, did you always play defensive back? Did you play any other positions at all? Or?
No. In high school, I played offense, so I was like slide running back up until my sophomore year. And then my junior year, going into my senior year, is when I switched to defense. Going into my junior year that summer.
Okay. Nice.
So I only got one summer of playing DB before the next summer it was college, you know what I'm saying? Because after senior year, you're done.
Yeah. Well, man, the way you play the position, it's like you've been playing your whole life, man. Like you play, you're not afraid to take and hit the shoulder, drop your shoulder and take and lay somebody out, man. You're very, very scrappy defensive back, man. I want to celebrate you and give you your flowers real quick. 2024 All Sunbelt honorable mention. Started all 13 games. You are the team leader. 69 tackles, 36 solo, 5.5 tackles for loss, and that's for 31 yards. So we're not talking 1 or 2 yards. 31 yards. I'll say that again. 2 sacks for a combination of 23 yards, and then you had a team best 4. You had 4 forced fumbles.
Yeah,
dang, and that's 8th in college football.
I led the Sunbelt and was number 5 in NCAA.
Bro, that's wild, man. Dude, where does your passion for football come from, man?
Just thinking about who I'm doing it for real. You know what I mean? It's never, everybody got their why. And you know what I'm saying? Family is a big part of that with anybody. But you know what I'm saying? Like, once you think back on all the things that you went through at the time and like how everything pans out, like you never know where your hard work can take you. And I just focus on just going as hard as I can every time, whether it's in weights, whether it's in the, you know what I'm saying, at the time in the classroom, now in the film room, and going out there and making it flourish on the field.
I love that, man. So you're a winner and a fighter both on and off the field is what I hear, man. That's awesome, man. Talk to me, man, about obviously we talked about the work that you're putting in and you are grinding. It's gladiator season for you, my friend. You know, you got pro day at the end of the month, and then next month is the draft. The wait is no longer here. What does greatness look like to you, man?
Just being consistent. whatever that may be in all ways, shapes, and forms. You know what I mean? You got to be consistent in anything you do. Consistency is going to will carry you to success. Really.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love that. I love that. Now, we got to talk about Texas State Bobcats, man. You guys had an amazing team. You
Talk
got
about it, man.
McLeod as your quarterback, man. You got Caleb Culp, another DB out there, scrappy
Mm-hmm.
guy. Then you got Ishmael Mahdi. People don't know he's one of the best running backs in college football. Could have won the
Yeah.
draft this
Yeah.
year, but he hit the transfer portal. Man, what were those practices like going up against that quarterback, going up against that running back, man? Painting me a picture from the outside looking in.
You know, everybody just love to compete. Every single person on that team, no matter what position they're at, you know what I'm saying, where they're on the depth chart, everybody thinks they're the guy. You know what I mean? And that's how it has to be. But it has to be controlled. You know what I'm saying? We all have to be together, and that's what it was when I stepped in there day one. That's why I just gel with all those guys so easy. Cause I know myself, and I knew I wouldn't be able to if it wasn't 100% thorough, I wouldn't be able to adapt myself there. And the fact that I was able to adapt so easy, that's how I know those are actually, you know what I'm saying, genuine relationships that I made with those guys. And I still talk to most of those guys, you know what I'm saying, all the time.
That's awesome, man. So it's like a
Even my
real
boys
brotherhood
back
then.
back in the day at Commerce.
Man, I love that. I love that. For those who don't watch a whole lot of Sunbelt football, I watch a lot of Sunbelt football. A
Yeah.
lot of the teams,
Mm-hmm.
man. So I watch y'all, watch USF, a few of the other teams, man. What would you say is the biggest rivalry in the whole division?
Um, you know, I only got 1 year. I only got a taste of it for 1 year, but
Yeah,
that that Road Runners versus the Bobcats is it's up there. I'm telling you that atmosphere that we had up there in San Marcos, it was tough. It was sold out crowd, and it was sold out way before we even stepped on the field to play. You know what I mean? It was people
yeah,
been there like lined up. They turned away. Thousands of people got turned away. So
yeah. I
I think
love
that's
that,
gotta
man.
be up there.
Well, when I interviewed your running back Ishmael Mahdi before the season last year, he was really excited
Mm-hmm.
for that one. And I was at a cookout. I think it was the weekend after, like the day after that
Uh,
game, and people were so pissed off, man, that y'all had won. I loved it. I was like, I ain't root for UTSA.
I didn't know it was our first time beating them in school
Yeah,
history. That was our first time beating them in school history. I didn't know that till after the game.
man, yeah, they've had your number for some times, man. So that just goes to show that, man, you're the leader of that defense, man. And not only
Appreciate
were you able to do that on the collegiate level, you'll be able to dominate on the next level as well, too, my friend. So
appreciate that.
um,
Appreciate
I,
that.
I want to point that out, man, because it's very, very, very important. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little about some of the things that you're working on, man, to get ready for the draft, man. Anything that you're trying to help elevate, especially before your pro day.
Yeah, just making sure I'm focused on my technique. You know what I'm saying? Whether it comes to the drills themselves or like just football. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure my mind is always relaxed while I'm working out, so it doesn't have to be something I have to prepare for when that day comes. You know what I mean? Just making sure that I'm staying consistent in my techniques and all that. You know what I'm saying? Consistency, like I said, that's key. That can carry
Yeah.
you to success.
Love that, man. For some people who are not familiar with your game, man, who are some players that you model your game after, and perhaps maybe take a little bit of their style a little bit?
I'll say LSU, Tyron Smith, um, Denzel Ward, and um, more from the Colts.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
Kenny Moore.
Kenny Moore. Okay, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar. Familiar. Very nice, man. And what would you say your favorite? You've been on a few teams, man. What would you say is your favorite defense that you feel makes your skills pop out the most? You had a monster season last year. Is that your favorite defense, or do you have another one?
Yeah, I say definitely last year because I got a chance to get in there in the box and get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Show what I can do in that aspect because I showed the coverage aspect when I was at Commerce. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was playing up there, I was more in the coverage aspect of the defense when I was in the slot. I was able to play in the box and show that I'm an efficient tackler. You know what I'm saying? I can get out there. I can go blitz. I can go box a run, inside run. I can go make a tackle on the inside, then go guard a fade by the best receiver on the field, and then come back and do it all over again and again and again and again, and not need a break.
I love that. I love that, man. I want to talk about the Texas State game versus Arizona State. Man, I was yelling at my TV, man. I was watching every single play, man. You and I were talking before we started recording. So, what's your favorite game? That was actually, obviously, I didn't like the outcome of it, man. But I was pulling for you guys so hard. Your quarterback had a really good game too, man.
Yeah.
Uh, Talk to me about that experience about playing literally like a top 5 college football team, man, and almost beating them.
You know what I'm saying? Feel good. Just feel like, you know what I'm saying. The next game is the big game. You know what I mean? It's just that's how I approach every game. Like whether it's somebody that we supposed to beat or somebody that's just supposed to be a tough game. You know what I mean? You can't look at your opponent that way. You just gotta look at them as like they in your way. They're the next stepping stone. So
Yeah.
it was good. It was good playing in that atmosphere. That's what I liked about it the most for sure. That was another sold out game at home. We was all black at night. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't ask for a better atmosphere than that.
That's so cool, man. And those black jerseys that you guys have are amazing. Those are my
No
favorite
doubt,
ones,
yeah.
man. Like I need to cop one of them. Those are good.
Definitely.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Man, growing up, you're a Texas guy, man. Were you a Houston
Hmm.
Texans fan growing up or Cowboys fan? Or?
Yeah, I was most definitely. I'm a Cowboys fan to this day, man. You know, I'm being that I was living in Arlington. I call Arlington home too, so I'm definitely going for the home team. As far as college teams, when I was young, it'd probably be I had favorite players than the team. Yeah, I had favorite players back in the day than the teams.
Yeah,
People that I would see myself like I was playing offense back in the day, so I look at like offensive player highlights at the time.
yeah. That's
Hmm.
cool. That's really cool, man. Man, what's something that you want NFL scouts to know about you that perhaps they may not know already?
That I have a motor that can't quit. You know what I mean? Like I just my drive for the game is out this world.
Love that, man. Do you got an alter ego, man, when you go out there on the field?
Yeah, I do.
I love it, man.
His name is Luke
You said
Loot JT
loot.
Luke.
Okay. Like, give me the loot.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That is very cool. Very cool.
Hmm.
Um, Man, I want to ask you, man, when it comes to let's say you have a receiver, you're going up against probably one of the best receivers in college football, man. What are some
Hmm.
things that are going through your mind when you're lining up against him?
Just my job and responsibilities, everything I need to run through, everything pre-snap, post-snap, what I could see, what I usually see when they're in this position on the field, on film. You know what I mean? Just the regular stuff. I don't ever really get caught up in who's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it like that. You can look at it as you evaluated their strengths and weaknesses, things that they do good, things that they do bad,
Yeah,
but can't get too come up. That's like getting caught up in the sauce. You know what I mean? Can't get
yeah.
lost in the sauce.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, you definitely focused, man, this last
Hmm.
season for sure, man. Uh, Obviously, you're a leader, man. You're a defense leader on and off the field, man. You're going to excel. How do you feel that you will adapt to learning an NFL playbook, man? And also as well, what are some ways that an NFL team could take and help in your growth once you're selected?
Yeah, I'm just sit back. You know what I'm saying? I want to do as much as I can, but I want to learn as much as I can. So when my time comes, I'll be more than ready. You know, I feel like I don't want to rush anything, but I want things to happen. You know, that's like anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't want to rush anything. I want to be more than prepared for when my opportunity comes.
I love that. Love that, man. And
Yeah.
then what would be some of your goals, man? Year one in the NFL. Once you are selected, the final roster hasn't been set, obviously, but like, what would you say
Hmm.
some of your goals are year one?
You know what I mean? Make the 53 and and be beneficial to the team. Like put in actual work for the team. You know what I'm saying? Earn the respect of my teammates and the whole organization.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that. Well, dude,
Hmm.
Jordan, man, I'm excited for you, bro. Like, no matter what team you land on, bro, I know you're gonna crush it. You're gonna elevate things. You are such a massive anchor and influence for
I
those
appreciate it.
guys, man.
I thank you. I thank
The Caleb Colts out there. As the other guy with the last name Harris, who's out there, man, who's a baller, man. Like you have
you.
some
Hmm.
really good teammates out there, man. But then there's you, man. You're the center of that defense, man, who led that team to be very successful this past college
Hmm.
football season, man. So, bro, salute to
Appreciate
you.
that.
Congrats on all your success, man.
Thank you.
As I wrap up this interview, man, what do you want your legacy to be in playing football, man?
but somebody that was just like you just had to watch. You know what I mean? You had to see what I was doing. You always wanted to know what I do to be successful. Anything that you wanted to learn, be a willing learner because you have to learn before you can teach. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Well, dude, I see 32 teams that could definitely use you, man.
Thank you.
I look at teams too. Like I know you're a Cowboys fan. Obviously, they could use a lot of help. But I also look at like the Minnesota Vikings. You know, where
Yeah.
Brian Flores. If it seems
Mhm.
that any defensive player he gets, they could do like 3 different things. That's you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're not just a gadget player. You're an all around DB. You're a DB. You're your favorite DB, your favorite defensive backs DB kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know, you look at teams like the Dolphins, they're needing, you know, my squad, they're needing
Yeah.
depth, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you know, I think that you're going to shock a lot of people because some people that they're going to see, okay, this guy from Texas State, he has a pretty cool highlight reel, and you're going to go out there and you're going to be right at the same level as the guys from the super big schools, the Alabamas, you know, and so forth, the Floridas and whatnot, man. So,
I can't wait to show it. I can't wait to show it. I'm anxious.
man, it's awesome, man. Hey, you know, it ain't gonna be a dream much more longer, man. Eventually you're gonna be living it in reality, man. So very excited. Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning into this interview. Comment below, let us know how this interview made you feel. I know I'm certainly inspired by this young man. Speaking of being inspired, if you want to continue to be inspired, follow him on social media. I'm gonna have all his descriptions, or if you want to get in touch with him, that'll be in the description of this video. And comment below which team you would like to take to see him on. We'll see you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.